A good Sunday night to everyone. Tonight is our open panel call-in show. Everyone's welcome. Sunday Smash 16. Tonight is going to be a little bit different. We're going to talk about the press and how it has failed our government and the people. Stay with us. Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to the Video Call-In Show, that show that invites you to be a live video guest on this program to talk about whatever you'd like to. Namely, the topic of the day could be a personal promotion, could be current events, it could be just to chew the fat. Joining is real easy. All you've got to do is point that browser to zoom.us. If you don't have it downloaded already, click on Join a Meeting. That would be Join for those of you who want to join mobile. And then enter that meeting number when it asks for it. You will come up in my green room, and I will bring you up. On panel shows, all good people are brought up to talk about whatever we're going to talk about. On one-on-one nights, that would be Sunday nights for panel shows, Monday through Thursday are one-on-ones, and that is one at a time as time allows. I will be here for about the next hour. My name is Jim, and I am your host of the Video Call-In Show. How is everyone tonight? So, if that sounds like content or a show that you're interested in, make sure you like my videos, make sure you follow, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe. Ring that bell so you don't miss another episode. Again, Sunday through Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern. And tonight, like I said, tonight is our call-in panel show. That means we invite all good people to come on and talk about whatever they'd like to. We're going to talk about a subject tonight. Tonight's topic. Now, this actually was an idea hatched long ago, but brought back up by our good friend Brad from Drone Kings in Darwin. He said, the show last week was great because it seemed like it had a topic. Well, now these panel shows are going to have a topic. Tonight is going to be, thank you for that, Brad, by the way. Tonight we're going to talk about the press. The press at one time was known as the fourth branch. It still is to a certain extent. That has been extended to bloggers, vloggers, and all that, or online internet, online journalism, which is now referred to as this fifth estate. So, but as the fourth branch, what that meant was that they were supposed to be the watchdogs to make sure the first three branches of government, the ones that are enshrined in the Constitution, would be held to a standard. And that standard would be the Constitution. Well, unfortunately, they've fallen down on the job. This is a follow-up of a show that I had last Thursday in my my weekly spews or news show, which I have every Thursday. Special one coming up this Thursday, by the way, so check out my channel and you'll find out exactly what I'm talking about. I'll probably promote it here before we're done with the evening. But yeah, that show last Thursday was actually the media's failure to run a story that had grave implications as it related to Jeffrey Einstein. What is with my head tonight? Is this Sunday night? But yes, one of their reporters had the story 3 years ago, and they spiked it. Now that says a lot about one of two things, and I'm not going to rehash that entire show, but it's either this person who made their living from blackmailing people either had something on them, or they got a lot of pressure, and I mean dire pressure, or they just don't care. But they probably got a lot of pressure from above. Let's do this real quick. Let's say hello to those folks who have joined us thus far. And I've got two people up ready to come up on the panel now, so I'll be doing that right after I say hello. Hello, outdoorsy gal. Oh, how are you, Chrissy? Good to see you. This is a Seabass Outdoors raid. Oh, cool. Thanks, Chrissy. I appreciate that. She says, be right back. Excuse me, Brandon, 1998. Good to see you, my friend. Jesse Mendez, always good to see you, brother. There's Ed, flash in your pan. How you doing, Ed? Thanks for the raid last last Tuesday, man. I appreciate that, as always. Sean McKenna, how are you? Good to see you as well. And we've also got Pixel Pia teaching and learning. How you doing, Pia? Always good to see you. Good to see you. American Gold Prospectors, welcome back to the show. Always a pleasure having you here. As well as Ms. Kathy. How you doing, Ms. Kathy? Good to see you. And we so tonight, like I said, we're gonna talk about that. And the only reason I decided to do this, I should preface this before we get into the actual panel show. I will preface this with the letting you know that my panel shows in the past have been kind of, disjointed, discombobulated, unorganized, that sort of thing. Oh, Pia, glasses, because it's Sunday. I didn't feel like putting in my contacts, so and I do that occasionally, as you'll get to know. But it's one of those things where, it's just Sunday night. I'm laying back, planning on having a good relaxed time with the show, and I just didn't feel like it. Well, not only that, but I was working out in the yard today, and like an idiot with a bad back, I raked some more leaves. Well, wasn't that bad this time. I've got very mature trees in my yard, so it's a battle every fall to keep those things in check. Fortunately, we've got a good amount of wooded area in back where I can just drag the leaves. I just rake them onto a tarp. I just drag them out back, and by springtime they are gone. And it's been that way for about 20 years. So it wasn't too bad today. But when you're using the good old lawnmower to wrangle them into rows, it gets awfully there's a lot of particulate matter that flies around. And sometimes that gets on your contacts, and it's like, it really, really sucks. So, and this is probably going to be the last day we have for a while. I just figured I'd do it that way. All right. Having said all that, how you doing, Not a Great Gamer? Good to see you, my friend. Let's go ahead and bring up the guests we have. And again, you guys are welcome to pop on. I'm going to hide myself here. There we go. Perfect. All right, guys, can you, we'll wait for, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear both of you. How you guys doing tonight?
Great. I'm doing well.
Good.
Turn my volume down a little bit so you're not screaming in my
ear. Jesse, you don't like me screaming in your ear, man?
No, sir. It's annoying.
Who would have thought?
Loud noises trigger me.
We're in the same boat, brother.
Yeah. Hi, Angel. Hi, Pia. Hey. As you see, I'm back down in my Gold Room studio dungeon.
Ah, yes.
Hey, Pixel Pia. Jesse, you don't like me screaming in your ear, man?
Oh, we're hearing the YouTube video.
I hear an echo.
Yeah, she's working on the echo, I think.
Oh, okay. We're in the same boat, brother.
That is so weird. That is so weird to hear yourself over and over like that. Well, hello, Ms. Kathy. How are you?
Hello, Miss Kathy. Yes.
We're waiting.
Hey, Kathy. Great to see you again.
Oh, she doesn't have. Hang on, guys. Ms. Kathy, if you look in the lower left-hand side of your Zoom interface, you'll see a little microphone and an up arrow. If you click that up arrow, you should be able to choose your microphone. Oh, she might be on mobile.
Well, she was on her computer earlier when she did her stream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can see you, Ms. Kathy, but we can't hear you. Oh, now you've got a microphone, but it's not the right one, I don't think, because we're not hearing anything out of it, huh?
Nah.
Pia, can you hear us yet?
Yeah, I hear you.
How you doing tonight?
I'm good.
Good. Did you hear what I said, Ms. Kathy, about your microphone? We can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Kathy. Can you hear us?
Okay.
But we cannot hear you, Kathy. And I just want to ask everyone here, are you guys able
a whole lot better because I just got my headset that Jacob Bellet sent to me last week in the mail yesterday, and I tested it out on a stream, and I just want to see what people think of it so far and if they can hear me better or if it's about the same.
No, it sounds great, Angel. It does.
Because yesterday when I tested the headset out, people on my panel said that they couldn't hear the echo anymore in my apartment.
Oh no, it's a better mic. It's picking up much nicer, and you are not getting a whole lot of that room noise. That's good. That is real good. Kathy, yeah, we're still not hearing you. Are you on your phone? Can you shake your head yes or no? Computer. Okay. Now, are you on the website or do you have Zoom loaded? Are you on the website? I'll just say that. Okay. All right. Bear with us, guys. Sorry about that. Hey, Ed, how you doing, man? While we're waiting.
I'm good.
Hey, Ed.
Fantastic.
Hey, Jesse.
I unmute the YouTube channel. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh.
Oh, that was weird.
I had the YouTube channel muted.
Oh, you should. You're probably not listening to the YouTube channel because there'd be a horrendous delay. I think you're listening to Zoom now.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, I muted the YouTube channel.
Yes, you should mute the YouTube channel.
Well, I unmuted it, and now you can hear me.
Oh, that's weird. That's weird. Well, how you
We don't
doing?
hear an echo, and that's what's important.
So now it's working.
Yeah, now it's working. How you doing, Miss Kathy?
I'm doing great.
It's great to see you up on the panel.
I know, my first time.
Been waiting for you.
Earn that wrench, Miss Kathy.
It's rare.
She said in the chat room that she wasn't going to come out because she didn't think she'd have anything to say, and I can't believe that.
Well, the title of the stream says the state of the press. I'm not a news watcher.
Oh, and that's okay. That's okay. I mean, but we all have opinions on, let's just say the many failures that the press has been involved in.
Way too many for way too long.
Oh man, it's brutal, is what it is. I just have such a hard time. I just have such a hard time believing that they've allowed it to get to that point. And so many of the what used to be referred to as new media companies are outpacing the alphabets like crazy. Whoa.
You all right?
I think that was Pia. You okay, Pia?
It was.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
You turned your head that way and it was right into your microphone.
I tried to hold the mic when I'm coughing.
That's quite all right. Yeah, so we don't have to talk about the press, but I do want to work it in occasionally in case people are interested. And but no, normally what these are just kind of free form. We just talk about whatever. Well, you've seen some.
Well, let me say this first before we get started here. Happy Veterans Day to all you veterans. Welcome
And
home
happy
to all you
birthday to all
Vietnam
the
veterans out there.
Sorry, Jesse.
You always stepping on me, dude. Knock it off. So
What was
and
it?
that's all I wanted to say about that.
Well, what was your second part? We heard the Happy Veterans Day. I didn't hear the.
Oh, welcome home to all the Vietnam veterans.
Yes, welcome home, brothers.
All veterans.
Oddly
Not
enough,
just Vietnam, all veterans.
yes.
Well, more so with the Vietnam veterans, welcome them home because we were not welcomed home.
I do every time I meet.
Right,
with
but what
Jesse,
I'm saying
you know
is the
that.
rest of the veterans, thank them for their service without a doubt. You know, but for a Vietnam veteran, we were not welcome home.
No, you weren't. I was young, but I've heard.
Yeah, we
Which
were.
was unfair.
We were very disrespected. So, you know, and when you tell a
Feel like
Vietnam
you guys
veteran,
can hear me.
welcome home,
Yeah,
it helps.
Yeah, we can hear you, Kathy.
Okay.
Yep, you're still good. Still good.
Okay.
Very good point, Jesse.
I have a veteran. I'm an Army mom, so my son.
Hey, Army mom.
Well, thank you for
And
that.
My wife is a Vietnam era veteran. She wasn't in Vietnam, but she was in at that time in the Navy. So.
Yeah, well, oddly enough, tomorrow's show is on all about Veterans Day.
Tomorrow is Veterans Day.
Mm-hmm.
So you could say that again tomorrow, Jesse.
Well, you know I will.
I'm hoping to video tomorrow with my father-in-law, who is a veteran from the Air Force.
Oh.
And we'll see if he lets me. Usually they don't let me video him, but I would love to do a veteran honoring vlog. He's 87 with dementia, but we'll see.
Maybe pictures.
Really love to honor him tomorrow.
Maybe a picture collage if he doesn't want to be videotaped. Maybe he's...
Well, I mean, even that. I mean, I kind of struggle with that. They don't want him on the internet at all. So.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Well, you know, and that's understandable. How old is he?
87. He doesn't mind. But his children don't want him.
Yes. Yes. Interesting. Well, you know, a lot of people.
It's kind of interesting, but we won't get into that subject. Maybe tomorrow night.
Maybe tomorrow night. There you go.
Yeah, I too. Well, of course, I was in, but my father-in-law served in World War II, and he's 91 now. He got in when he was 16.
My dad was in World War II.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, my father served during Korea.
So
did mine.
They're probably been in there together.
Could be. Could be.
My dad, my uncles were in Korea.
Well, this.
Can I interject something while we're off topic anyway?
Absolutely, Ed. Go right ahead, man.
Happy birthday, Patty.
Is it Patty's birthday today?
Happy birthday, Patty.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Patty.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's
Happy
awesome.
birthday
Hey,
to
Germany travel personal guide.
you.
Happy birthday,
Dana, Miss Kathy.
dear Patty. What's that?
You're a vocalist also, I hear.
Who,
More
Kathy?
than a drummer. No, you.
Oh,
Both of
yes.
you.
I thought you knew that.
No, I knew you did vocals besides drumming.
It doesn't seem to translate that well on this show. I don't know why that is.
It's the mic.
It is the mic. I'm so used to singing in your standard 58 style. But
Miss Kathy sounded very, very, very. What side is she? There's
she's up on your left. Yeah.
She had a really nice voice too, Miss Kathy.
I did hear some vibrato in there.
She's not afraid to sing, so that's good.
That is great. We should also say hello to Ganna. How you doing, Ganna? And
Ganna.
Germany Travel
Ganna
Personal
Banana.
Guide popped in. How you doing, Darian? Always a pleasure to have you, man.
Oh, Nag is here too.
Oh yeah.
The producer.
Oh, there's David, the
Julia.
producer. Yep. How you doing, David? Good to see you, man. We were talking about both Veterans Day and the failures of the press. More so Veterans Day, but hey, that's okay.
No, I'm done with that.
He'll bring it up again tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be all night of Veterans Day tomorrow night. So.
Mm-hmm. So the press, I've never trusted the press anyway. Not just the media, not just TV, written press. Any of that, I've known since I was a kid that they just get stuff wrong.
They do.
They just get stuff wrong, and I think the worst thing that could have happened was that they were excluded from libel laws. The media was excluded. You can't sue them anymore.
Right.
No matter how blatant of a lie they make, you can't sue them anymore.
Then they hide behind freedom of the press also.
Right.
Yeah, that couldn't have helped because now
right.
they.
But now that the Covington kid is suing them, this all might change. Now they've got the okay to, yeah, no, you can sue them. That was blatant. They're not going to put up with it anymore. I think this is a good thing.
I think so
needs to
too.
be done.
If the Covington kid wins that case, it will set a new precedent for any case like that.
Yeah, it sure will. I mean, there's a basic tenet of journalism, and that is honesty, that I think has been lost because they do have way too much leeway.
Right. And don't forget the thing that I always complain about, 24/7.
Oh yeah, you and me both,
story
man.
out there. It doesn't matter. We'll get the story out there. We'll check the facts later.
Yeah, and that's no way to conduct journalism.
That's not what the sports estate is supposed to be.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be fact gatherers, not storytellers.
Exactly right.
Propaganda machine.
Yes, better
I
stated.
have lots of opinions about the news and media. Lots of them. I've seen a lot of different instances where they've been just totally wrong. Just totally wrong, and not just currently, but even in the past. So I don't really favor the media all that much, but I do watch the news. I watch more than just one station. Mostly out of entertainment, though.
Well, I've said it on this channel several times that you should never ever rely on one source, or even a type of source, because they can be grouped into categories. You should always get your news from a variety of sources, and then make your compare notes, for lack of a better term.
Right. You compare the stories from the different sources, and you'll find that there's a basic story in there, but a lot has to do with the wording that is presented in. It's either presented in a negative way or a positive way, depending on what side they're on. And you have to remember, they're all working towards their own agenda.
And the dollar, yeah. There's the agenda,
dollar, of course, and the dollar.
There's the agenda and the dollar, and that's where it really got funky too, because now individual corporations can own several media outlets, and I think that's a huge mistake to allow happen.
Yeah, and why does Disney own ABC? I mean, why does I understand about diversification, but I mean, at some point, does a company need to diversify any more than it is? Isn't Disney a name brand big enough that it doesn't need to own Pepsi or ABC or all the other things that it owns?
Okay, let me break in here for a second, because I wanted to put a different spin on it. Does anything of the things you have said really matter today, when most of the young kids and tomorrow's grown up get their news from Facebook and other sources like that?
That's
a huge propaganda machine too.
Well, and I would go ahead, Kathy.
I love that she just interjected with that. That's so true.
It is true. It is true. And that opens up a whole nother set of problems. But we also have to remember that mainstream media today have they figured out the power of that. So now they're driving a lot of that as well. So those kids who are getting their news in bites, for lack of a better term, right? Sound bites and video bites. They're getting it from the big ones too. And that's
and they're
disturbing.
getting it from false sites that they believe that are true.
Yes.
Right. Well,
Worse. Hang on, Jesse. Worse is that some of these big tech companies are filtering based on what they think you want to see or hear. So now they're literally creating, from my perspective, they're creating bubbles for these kids, and that's terribly dangerous from my perspective.
Or they're letting them see what they want them to see.
Well, that's what I mean. You're right. I mean, it's they're based on popularity and kind of patterns, right? So your surfing patterns or your news patterns are tracked on all the social medias. And
I mean, from a parent who has a 25-year-old, a 22-year-old, a 21-year-old, and an 11-year-old, who that 11-year-old has friends that are already just interested in social media. It's a scary concept because, I see it from all angles. I see 12-year-olds who are just getting interested in social media and seeing these sites and believing what they're seeing as articles that they believe are news that are not. And then I have this 25-year-old child who is like, what? Why are you believing that? That's totally fake news. And I mean, it's a scary middle ground to be in,
Oh, it is.
And you're right, as far as media taking over, especially with the younger generation. But it really doesn't matter what the source is. If the source is skewed, our kids need to learn to be able to research that and they're not being taught that stuff. Right down to schools. Even in media schools, journalist schools don't teach journalism the way they used to teach it. So anybody can be a journalist nowadays. No big deal.
Well, hopefully.
That is the problem. That's my area, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
We teach in schools.
Absolutely.
We don't teach our kids to fact check.
Right.
We don't teach them critical thinking. We don't teach them creative thinking.
That's a shame.
Unfortunately, a lot of it, even when I was young and in school, was believe what we say, and if you don't.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly think that they are being taught it.
No.
I have a teacher background and I have a parent background, and I mean, as a teacher, I see parents that don't even know what the teachers are teaching, and then I have a parent background that unless you're really involved and partnered with your teacher, you have no idea what your child is being taught. So I really struggle sometimes when I hear a parent say, well, we're not teaching our child. And then I think, oh, but are you that parent that is not really in tune with what your teacher is teaching your child? Or are you that parent that is in tune with what your teacher is teaching your child? So it's a struggle from both ends on my perspective.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, I was involved in my kids' education. Now, I'm an old guy. I'm about, I just turned 69. So I'm an old guy. My oldest is turned 40. My youngest 39,
Yeah, so, I mean, as a teacher, I have so many parents that are millennials that have no idea what their child is being taught,
Right.
And now, so it's a struggle from both ends. I'm 51, so I'm raising an 11-year-old that most of her parents are 30, that have their first child is 30 years old or 35 years old, and she's my fourth, and I've got a 25-year-old, so I really struggle from
right. And what I see happening in school, in the schools now, is that even when I went to school, it was about repetition, learning. You're learning your timetables and learning this, but learning basic skills was what school was about. Life skills my parents taught me.
They don't even teach that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe we shouldn't be teaching our kids algebra. We should be teaching them, how to finance and how to live life.
Well, honestly, I think they could do both.
That's a parent's job.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily. Because a lot of parents don't even know themselves. The problem is,
that's true too.
Yeah, I can't.
I say that's a parent's job, and that's my belief. But at the same time, I have a child who doesn't know how to raise her child, her kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had to deal with that.
Yeah, yeah. The one thing that struck me when I remember getting out of school and getting out in the world was that. Even though I took like accounting and things like that, I don't ever remember being taught to balance the checkbook. Not that was a difficult thing, but to stay away from credit as much as I possibly could, or at least learn how that works. Because that we are a society of debtors right now.
But not to stay away from credit. I mean, have a credit. You need a credit.
Well, you need a credit because, well, you need it because it's a construct.
To pay it off.
Learn how to have that credit. Learn how to build that credit.
And learn how not to fall trap to that credit, because that's what we end up with is people that, they think that. Here's a great example. I hear people say this all the time.
They do that as soon as you go to college, though, Jim. I'm sorry.
They do what?
They set you up to be in debt.
Oh, that's a whole nother subject. I'll say this about college. The one reason it's so expensive is because the government backs loans to it, and that is rife with corruption. Anyway, I would say that being a society of debtors, where we're at now is that people will say, "Oh, I got this great thing on sale, and I threw it on my credit card." And what they don't understand is that just cost them probably more than twice of what they bought it at. And it's that ignorance that it keeps, well, one, the national debt as high as it is, but two, really hurts the economy and drives interest rates. It just, at the core, really hurts things. Now, if we didn't have this, if we could go back to a standard where inflation wasn't, hadn't gone as quickly as it did, then we'd still be paying cash for things. I mean, how many of our parents, this panel, Angel might be the youngest one here. How many of our parents grew up paying cash for everything, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, like I have three boys in their 20s, and I tell them, I'm like, get a credit card, pay your gas. That's it.
Yeah, and pay it off.
Just pay your gas bill, period.
Mm-hmm.
Gain your credit, get a good credit history. When you're ready to buy your house, you'll have your credit that you need to buy a house, but you don't need to have that debt.
Yeah. Well, see, though, Kathy, and my point was kind of that a lot of parents don't know. They're the ones that are already in credit hell. They can't teach their kids to stay out of credit hell because, they don't know what that means. And I think it would be a fantastic thing. This is a microcosm of what should be in education, but it'd be a fantastic thing to be, to introduce into the curriculum is my point.
And I totally agree. I completely agree with you.
Yeah. What's that, Jesse?
Didn't they used to do that in home economics?
We were forced to take home economics when I went to high school for a short time.
I agree, but I don't think they involved credit cards back then.
And all we did was make Ritz cracker pizzas.
They had you balance your checkbook.
They taught you how to iron.
Yeah.
I got laughed at by the guys when I went to home ec.
So it's really time for a new subject in school called life skills.
Yes.
Yes, I think that would be a fantastic subject.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, it's you'll find southern and small towns incorporating that. Like our high school is starting to incorporate that, but more of like the northern states are not. Yeah. And it's interesting.
How would you implement something like that in Chicago, let's say? In the cities, in the inner cities, that would be almost. I just can't see how a subject like that would work in a place like, a bigger city.
Well, why would you think that wouldn't fly, Jesse? I'm just curious.
Well, because of the fact that you're coming in to an area that is, first of all, is filled with crime, and if you're going to teach life lessons, where are you going to teach it from? From what point are they going to see a better life? So how could you teach that?
Well, you wouldn't be teaching them how to have a better life. You would teach them, some of the things they're going to run into when they hit when they leave school.
Yeah, like actually dramatize life scenarios.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Put them in real positions, and they have classes that do a lot of that. I mean, there are several classes that allow you to, construct a business. What are those role playing games where you put a business together, you make sure it's profitable or not, and draw up a business plan and all that. That's all fine and good. That's the next level up, and it's an elective. But some of the basic stuff, man, they should paying your rent. what to expect when you're setting up utilities, things like that. These are all things that all those kids are going to be faced with eventually, unless they're couch surfers for the rest of their life.
I am so interested in this conversation. As I do many of your live streams, I have to interrupt. I hear my daughter ready to say goodnight and go to bed, and this is my struggle. I want to be involved in your live streams so many times, but I've got to get offline here and be a parent.
Family first, Miss Kathy.
Family first.
Family first. Well, thanks so much for coming on, Kathy, and you know you're welcome anytime.
You have a great night, Kathy. It's always great seeing you.
Bye bye.
Kathy is one of the greatest people. I will admit that.
You probably just close out. There you go. Somebody's chatting me on Zoom. Folks, I don't listen to the Zoom chats.
Oh, okay. That was me. I was asking if you could hear my dryer in the background.
No, but I do want to ask everybody if they can hear the music. I turned it up a little bit because I was told that nobody could hear it. Just a little bit of background music as we talk.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh, good. You guys in the chat, by the way, let me say hello to some folks. We've had a few come in. I've seen Awesome Epic Adventures. Hello to you, my friend. Brandon Jackson asks if you can join. Yeah, Brandon, you can join if you'd like to. Ray KZ, how you doing? New here. Well, welcome. This is the Video Call-In Show, and this is the show that invites all good people up. Normally, we won't have a panel. This is only on Sundays. Monday through Thursday, we have one-on-ones, and they're all subject-based. So welcome to the show. I appreciate you being here. I think I covered. If I didn't catch you guys, make sure that you tag me, and I'll try to say hello. Okay, so where were we? Anywhere special?
Where do you want to be?
Oh, I thought I saw Digging with Deej in as well. Oh, and Luke Duke. Luke, how you doing, man?
Luke.
Oh, Dirty D's. Yeah, how you doing, Dirty D's? Is that Dirty D's? Is that no, that's not Digging with Deej. Okay.
AJC Magic TV. Hello.
Cool. AJC Magic TV. Awesome. Thanks for being here. I don't know that I've seen that channel here before.
And Ray.
Just said hello to Ray KZ.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Can't hear the music out there, I suppose.
Ray can.
Okay, I turned it up just another tick. Yeah, we don't need that. Are you going to give me a copyright strike? like that matters at this point.
Do you care?
Oh no, I don't care. Oh, it's funny though.
The answer. That's why I'm shaking my head. Hi. Hey, Ahmed.
Sorry. How you doing, Ahmed?
Hi. Very good.
Oh, cool. 800.
Ahmed.
Oh, I'm kind of digging the AJC Magic TV here. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
DDTV.
Looks like a variety of things. Sorry, AJC. I don't mean to be hitting your channel while we're on the show, but no, it's pretty cool. Seems like a nice lady. Very nice. I'll be checking that out. How you doing, Ahmed?
We're actually doing good. The thing is, I actually just finished filming, reviewing an iOS app, and it's actually time to edit right now.
Oh, okay. Thanks for letting us know, man.
I'm putting new videos soon.
Oh, sweet. Little self-promotion. I love that. Yeah, Pia, I don't think now we're still on the I guess we're still on the education question, and value your opinion because you are an educator as well. I think you guys were talking past each other on that. What were you saying that they weren't teaching the critical thinking and things like that?
Yeah, critical thinking, to research your sources, all of that, and that has to start early in the first grade. I mean, you can't wait until it can be selective. We have to, if I compare US and Sweden, which I do all the time, it's such a lack of critical thinking here.
Oh, compared to Sweden. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that bums me out.
Mhm.
Because you don't know what you don't know, right? And we most of us here, except for Ahmed, went through the U.S. school system, and I've got so many complaints about it, and I don't know if they're warranted or not, but they're my experience, so I'm going to hang on to them. I was just struck by how many people didn't know what to expect when they left school, and how not that I want schools to handle the parents' job at all, believe me, but there are some things that, from an education standpoint, that had schools taught them, then their parents wouldn't be ignorant, and then that's self-perpetuating, right? So if you teach people early, then they become good parents, and then you don't rely on the schools so much. The worse schools get, the more we rely on them, if that makes sense.
And the problem now is that, as we said, the people that are parents today hasn't gotten this. So we can't expect them to teach it to their kids.
Exactly. Because by the time they're having kids, they're not they're not world-wise enough. And that's the biggest problem. Like if I was to have kids now, I'd be different. I think I did a great job with my boy. He's smart with money, and he's not afraid to take on any sort of challenge, which I'm unbelievably proud of. But it would be different now because I've got 30 more years of experience as well as he was growing up. So
and you don't have to compete with this social media frenzy.
Yes, I didn't have to.
That can't be easy.
No, well, you heard Kathy. I mean, she's dealing with it right now, where some of her kids are being put in a bubble. Well, speak of the devil. Oh, Ahmed dropped out, but well, there's little prom queen now. He'll get that as soon as he fires up the correct microphone. Can you hear us, bud?
I can now.
Oh, cool. How you doing?
It's the sun.
Doing good.
Yes, that's my boy. Champworks Garage. What, is your ears burning? You're watching the show and you could hear see me talking about you?
I got a question for him.
Ask away.
Okay, you ready?
Hey,
So do you
James.
think?
I don't know.
So do you think
Hey,
your dad did a good job raising you, or do you think that that's just the kind of person you are?
Oh, he did a good job. Oh, nice.
He's contractually obligated to say that.
Okay. Well,
Is your barn, Jim? Or is that your shop, James?
Oh no, that's his. I've shown you pictures of that.
This is my shop.
Yeah, you might have missed that, Ed. He just moved in there. Last spring, early spring, and
February.
yeah, and he and I installed that car lift behind him. That thing is 60 by 70 foot of automobile working bliss. Believe me.
Nice shop.
His internet's crapping out on him.
Thank you.
In fact, the tractor's back there somewhere behind the truck.
quick, before it goes out, show the tractor.
Yeah, walk over the tractor, bud. It's got all kinds of shit piled on it because
It does.
we use the damn thing. I mean, it's not a trailer queen, that's for sure.
I've seen a picture of your little red tractor before.
Little red tractor?
Oh,
Isn't that
what? That sounds cute.
That did make it sound adorable, Ed. No, it's a full size row crop, man.
Tractor.
Yeah, see, little red tractor.
Yeah, that's with its full front loader on it and everything. Yeah, she's a workhorse, man. We just used it in the summertime to put up his fence. How many holes we dig, bud?
Oh, I think there was about 150.
Yeah. Less on this one than your old house, but yeah, and that tractor drilled
The
every.
old house was 300, right?
Yeah. Yep. Drilled every one
No,
of
it
them.
was maybe somewhere around there.
I think it was closer to 250, if memory serves. But that's just my memory. So never
It was
rely
a
on my
half
memory.
bunch.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I have to get something to drink.
Okay, I'll mute you, Pia. Go ahead and unmute yourself when you get back.
And on that note, I need to get ready. I need to go to bed. I gotta wake up early.
All right, Ed. Well, thanks for being here, man.
All right, Ed. Thanks for
Supposed
coming.
to snow tonight too.
Yeah, I know.
Angel, good seeing you. James, good seeing you. Brandon, Jesse, talk to you later, brother. James, as
All right, it's
always,
good seeing you.
have a great one.
You too, Ed, man. Thanks for being here, bud.
Yep. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Oh, I forgot to say hello to Susan Hamilton. How you doing, Susan? Always good to see you. And then Drone Kings and Darwin, just like magic, showed up from the future. What is that?
I burped.
Oh, that was loud. Killing our ears over here.
I think that's one of the things that with this is that like my sneeze and my burp is going to be a lot more louder than before.
Well, all you got to do is cup the mic like that, and you should be okay.
Oh, so pretty much just lift it up like this. So.
Yeah, that's even better. That's even better. Yep. That way you don't blow out headphones.
Or if you get warning, you can always hit the mute button.
That's true. Get into a coughing fit, hit that mute button.
I love you guys.
Angel, it's always nice having you here, bud. So how you doing, Brandon? Oh, Brandon's got his mic muted. When he unmutes.
What were you talking? You were talking about me? Is that why Jesse asked me a question?
Yeah, I was, because we were talking about the education system, and you know, you're the only son I have, so I had to talk about my offspring. Well, you know, you've heard this.
I didn't even watch the show. I just decided just to jump in.
You weren't even watching beforehand. Well,
I just jumped in.
Well, let me give you a little bit of background. We were talking about the education system and how they didn't teach what I think they should have. Most people think that they should have taught back when I was a student, and that only makes it tougher to be a parent and teach what they're not teaching. And I said, but you know, I've got no problems with you because you turned out all right. You're good with money. You're good with your hands. You're good with your family, and that's the most important thing.
But that's not quite how he said it. He said it was because of him that you're that way.
Oh, he took all the credit.
Yes. And that's why the question. That's why the question.
Well, hey, you know me. I like to toot my own horn, so I'm going to say, yeah, it is. A lot of that is from his mom and I. Can't take all the credit. I mean, you know, everybody learns a whole lot of stuff from the street, as we know. But
my thing is that I believe that your kids are a certain way, no matter how well you think you teach them, how well you think that you are raising your kids. Your kids are individuals, and they will think and act and do things how they feel they should.
That is true.
We can guide them. Remember, the only time you really have your kids to yourself is the first 5 years of their life.
Yeah.
You know, after that, when you start putting them in school, now you got to deal with the world. And like Pia was saying, today's kids, as soon as they're into school, the first thing they're getting is Facebook. They're getting phones. They're getting, you know, hooked up to the internet. So they've got all this stuff blasting into their head all the time, and with no way of knowing how to decipher what's good or what's real or what's not. You know, it's like, you know, when I was a little kid growing up watching TV, I thought that was real.
Oh yeah.
You know, that was real stuff. But, you know, as you grow up, you learn, well, no, that's just TV. It's in the script, you know. So when you learn what a script is, you realize, oh, they're just reading roles, you know. So, but, and they're not being taught that. They're not being taught how to think. We were taught how to think. Yeah, we had to memorize numbers and multiplication tables.
Is it working now?
But, you know, like when I went to wood shop, I had to learn how to use that algebra they were teaching me. You know, not just learning about algebra, but I actually was in wood shop, and auto mechanics where I actually learned how to use those things. A lot of
Nose
kids don't
and-
do that anymore.
I'm in the
Yeah,
call right
that's-
now.
We can hear you, Brandon.
We hear you.
But that's why.
Let me
That's why we're talking.
Let me break real fast. I want to say good night to Patty. Patty's got to go. Happy birthday, Patty. Thanks for being here, hon.
Night, Patty.
Okay, Pia, I'm sorry.
That's why we're talking about teaching and learning, because we teach them something doesn't mean they learn it.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that's
You
true.
know, I can memorize, anything long enough to pass a test. But after that, if all I'm doing is
Can you let me know if
memorizing,
you
I
can hear
don't know
that tapping?
what
So I
I'm
don't know if
using
you
that
selected
for.
the right microphone.
And that's why I think we should have a double check. The teaching is just half of it. We're not done until the kids has transformed in themselves what they have been taught to something they can actually use.
That's true. That is true.
Face it in a real life situation.
Right. Like I said, that's, when I took woodshop, I learned how to use my algebra that I was hating. I hated algebra. But I realized, that's how you use algebra. I'm using algebra right now,
And
measuring stuff out.
As a math teacher, I always think that whatever I am trying to teach them, I can't stop until every kid can transform that to a real life situation where they would use it.
Now,
If they can't do that, it's no point.
Pia, you've been an educator for a while. How would you say that that you are an outlier in that, and most of your contemporaries don't do the same thing, or they do the same thing that you just described?
I would say, since I have done about half my teaching career I did in Sweden. So I would say, compared to all teachers there, I'm an outlier in everything.
We need you to teach the teachers then.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the ones that needs to be taught in this case are the ones that make the decision.
Yes, that's true. And I would love, just as an experiment, to go through a teaching degree and see what they are actually teaching our future teachers. That would be fascinating to me.
Nothing much.
Oh, I don't want to hear that.
I have two. I have my teacher's degree from Sweden, and I have one since I didn't qualify for anything when I moved over here. So I had to do 4 years in college again. And I can really compare the two, and not much.
That's a shame. Well, before we get into anything else, Nag, how you doing, man?
Hello?
Hello.
Guten Tag, meine Freunde. Bonjour, ni hao, konnichiwa.
Shalom.
Yes, I should have said shalom as well.
Baby, you need to speak Swedish.
Walaikum salam. That's another one. Anyone else? I forgot Spanish.
Dear Lord.
Ciao. You forgot Charlie. Ciao.
Yep.
Ciao.
No, ciao means goodbye.
Hola.
Hey, not a great gamer.
Yeg Simesh. Hello, Angel. Yeg Shimesh. That means hello in Kazakhstan, doesn't it? According to Borat.
Are you Borat?
Are you Borat?
Angel of Harlem.
Oh, Ganna, I make the best tweets for the video calling show. That means she shared. Thank you, hon. I appreciate it. That's okay, Brandon.
Have you not seen it?
No, I don't keep Twitter open. Twitter and all the other social medias are bandwidth hogs. They're always going back to the mothership to be updated, and that just works my pipeline. I'll check them later.
Strongly suggest Angel, Jesse, Ed. I can't say who that other name is, and it's Pixel. Sorry, and Ahmed. Go and have a look at it. 'Cause you're
Pixapia.
included in the photo.
Included in what?
in the photo that she's uploaded.
Oh, no kidding. Sweet. Okay, now I got to go look.
No, it's actual latest photo. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I'm looking, Yana. I am definitely looking, Yana. No, but please talk amongst yourselves.
I am.
I like shoes.
I am.
I'm talking to myself right now. You can hear me swearing to my phone.
Googly eyes.
Oh, are you a veteran, Jess?
Excuse me?
You're a veteran, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, God bless you on this day.
Thank you.
And you, Jim.
Thank you, sir. We have to remember that it's Monday there and over the pond.
Oh, that's right.
That's why I said like on this day, because it's only 4
And
hours.
we have
So
to
I was
remember
thinking,
that the sausage swims in the pond.
I do.
I
I'm
love
not
you,
going to guess what that means.
Completely naked.
I'm not either.
Gamer, you're good, awesome. Let me just say that.
I'm tolerable in small doses. Thank you.
Yeah, I got to retweet this. That's awesome.
Tolerable.
Are you really?
What?
In small doses, Jess.
Oh, okay.
I find you quite amusing.
Can we save the planet to over 20 million sausages?
Hey, Champworks, it's my future foster brother. How's it going, bro?
Yeah. Oh, good. It's going good.
Future
you doing?
foster brother. Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
That's
just
weird.
caught
That's-
on. He's just caught on.
Am I
Foster.
adopting you now?
Yes,
Foster
you
brother.
are. You're both adopting me.
Googly eyes. That is awesome.
Guys, I have to go. Just stopping by to say hi.
All right. Well, thanks, Jelly Duck. Appreciate it,
Yeah,
man.
take care, everyone.
We'll see you, bud.
Take care, Jelly.
God bless.
Yeah, I just shared it too.
So, Brandon, have you solved your technical difficulties? Because I could hear you earlier. No, we're not hearing you now.
Nope.
No, we can't hear you.
Well, he fixed that. Apparently, his the fixtures with his audio problems is making me tired when I'm not even sleepy.
Yeah, well, it's like 9 o'clock your time, isn't it?
It's 8:57, almost 9.
Yep.
3 minutes out, Jim.
Can't be tired. Can't be tired at 9 o'clock.
So what? Hang on, wait there. Please bear with me. Go forward one there, but then you have to go back. So what's the time where you are, Jim?
It is 10:57.
10:57.
Yep.
Yeah, we have time zones.
Late. Yeah, so do
And
we.
daylight savings
This is where it gets
time.
confusing. 11, 12, 1, 2, 3.
Let's not rehash that daylight savings time. You're gonna make
No,
Jim
you're only
make Jim hungry.
10:57.
Yep. What time is it where you're
You're
at?
only 3:58. So you're only 5 hours behind.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're closer than you thought.
Yeah, it's because of the clock changes.
Oh, you
It'll
poor
make-
bastard! You
it'll make
guys.
the jet lag so much less as well when Jim finally adopts me.
That only lasts for a day or two anyway. So yeah.
Can't believe he's given me my first 1911.
Giving is a strong word.
I shot a 1911 just a couple days ago.
Who is that? Is that James? My boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying I shot my 1911 a couple days ago.
9/11.
Oh, you've got one as well.
Oh yeah.
You hear me now?
Well, looks like
Yes,
I'm
we
going
do.
to have
Yes.
Dan? I mean,
Should be standard it is too.
Jim, can you hear me now?
We
Brandon,
can all hear
hang on.
Can you hear me now?
All right, quiet everyone. Brandon, can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you. You don't have to speak right into your mic. You've got it awfully hot.
Okay. I had to select it and my voice changing up.
No.
Like, for example, I can make it evil. Hi, I'm evil voice now.
Baked potato.
Voice now. My voice deep. Chlamydia. This one's called Megaphone.
And now this from Not a Great Gamer.
I had to put some kind of input in there. Well, back in 2 seconds.
All right.
2 seconds.
All right, so we've gone way off the rail from press. Now we're away from education.
And now we're to chlamydia.
You know,
Somehow.
But, you know, today's society, when it comes to teaching,
I know.
it's kind of like today's society is a reference to the old song. We don't need no education.
You know,
Careful about singing music.
You notice how you said that old song?
Yeah, I know.
To me, that's an old song.
Well, that's kind of like what the way that we live in today, where people don't think they need an education.
Well, you know, young people never think they need an education. That's why they're still young. It isn't until you get older that you realize how much you actually needed it. You know, you heard that old adage, the youth is wasted on the young. You know, there's a lot of truth in that.
There is a lot of truth. And you know, the older you get, the more you realize that. And the more you realize that you are one of those as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. You know, because we all go through that growing phase of our life like we're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the problem comes, and I've probably said this before, the problem comes when you get stuck at a certain age, when you get stuck in a certain mindset and you don't move from that mindset anymore. You know, we're designed to continuously learn, continuously grow, you know, to the day we die. We're supposed to be growing and learning.
I blame the Californians.
It is the Californians' fault. In the French. But yeah, and you know what?
Especially the French.
I probably should have added that to my bucket list show, because that should be on everyone's bucket list to improve yourself.
Every day, on a daily basis. I mean, you know, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. It's nice to have an idea or an ideology that suits you, but you have to still grow from that. You can't imagine if bug never discovered or, you know, invented the wheel. You know, where would we be? And that's all part of growing.
Oh yeah.
As a race.
Doing the French here, Joe.
Pia, that came straight from a teacher's perspective, didn't it? She says, "How about raising your hand when you want to speak?" Which is good. If you guys want to break in, feel free to raise your hand, and I'll jump you in.
I'm just going to be doing air horn.
Yeah, air horn. That'd be good. Oh God.
Brandon, we were able to hear that cough all the way from here.
Was that Brandon?
Don't know if I got that scientific.
Yeah, that was Brandon. He coughed, but he tried to get away from the mic as far as possible.
I'm still getting used to this microphone. I got it yesterday. It's a Yeti.
Yeah, and you see how you're speaking into it, Brandon? It's a side mic. You see how I'm speaking into the side of this one? That's how that mic should be handled as well. It doesn't pick up on the very tip like a standard vocal mic would. Yeah, you'll probably have better results that way. And turn the gain down if you could, because it's really, really hot.
Which button?
I can't see them. And I don't have one, but what do they say?
Like gauge here, this top one here.
What does it say?
Just like a gauge, no numbers.
That's why God invented instruction manuals.
Tell me if it gets any better.
And that's why the Not Great Gamer invented raw sausages.
Actually, mine come pre-cooked, Angel.
Oh, gamer.
Who was it that was mentioning sausage vending machines in Germany? Was that you, Gamer?
No, that was me.
Oh, was that you?
On the spew night Thursday. That was Gamers Use. Remember, I picked that one specifically for gamers.
Yes, yes.
I agree with Pia, what she typed in the chat room. That's true, Pia.
What's that?
So the main purpose of our school should be to teach our kids how to learn, and when they know how to learn, they can become lifelong learners.
That is true. That is absolutely true.
Don't just show them ABC.
Okay,
and
that was annoying enough to me.
Those things are used in their life. How to use that stuff in their life.
I learn every day. I'm always thirsty to learn.
Absolutely.
Is this better?
And we're all teachers. You know, our
This is
sports
better
coaches
for
are
you.
teachers. Anytime you're able to talk.
That's
with
how I
them.
learn best is when I teach.
Right. Oh, yeah.
There's no question
That's
about
really
that.
funny you said that, because my first coaching that I ever did was baseball, right? And so I took some courses on teaching baseball and being a coach and stuff. And they said, so show us how you would teach a kid to throw a ball. You know, I'm going, well, gee, actually, I don't even know how to. I can throw a ball. I mean, I can throw a really good ball. I pitched in grade school. So I know how to throw a ball, but I didn't know how to teach someone to throw a ball. So I had to learn what the process was to throwing a ball properly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, how
Yeah,
can I teach them? You know?
I remember exactly. What's
Right.
your name? Angel, for the person that's below me.
Yeah, that's Angel.
Yeah, Brandon, that's me. Love you, Brandon.
You like my buddy here, George?
Your
It's-
monkey is
it's-
cute.
It's funny, Jesse, because sometimes I think I'll know a topic very well, but then once I reteach it to somebody, I always learn something new along the way.
Right.
Yeah, it strengthens your understanding, and it actually brings out some things that you didn't even realize you knew about it,
Your little breaks out
right?
there.
Because you got to get down to
Yeah.
fine details, and I love teaching people things. That's where I get most of my knowledge, because it makes me thirsty for more as well. Even though I know the subject quite well, it honestly ends up either making me want to learn more about that, or a very similar topic or item.
Not to gross you out, anyone that's watching. The voice, lips kind of thing.
Oh, was that speak out game?
Oh, I thought that was something completely different.
Gamer, your mic
Oh.
got real low, bud. What'd you do?
I turned it down.
I always like how people go. I always like how people go. I don't mean to gross you out, but
But here, I'm gonna gross you out.
I'm gonna gross you out.
Hello, my name is Dalandan Jackson. Welcome to the Call-In Show. On here, you can talk whatever you like. You got to first click on join.zoom, then click join, and the next
That is
and the ID is the number right here.
that is arguably the weirdest shout out I've ever had on my own show.
Sorry, I'm trying to read out
no.
the thing with this.
Back off the mic, because you are real loud when you jump on that thing, and I mean real loud. Cool. Oh, jeez. Sorry about
Maybe
your
it's the
speakers,
mode.
folks. Huh?
What about this mode? Does that help anymore?
No. You're probably gonna have to read the instructions, bud. I do not have one of those, so I don't know what those.
Hello. Is that better?
Yeah.
Right, just go bottom left-hand side of the screen. You've got a selection thing on the Zoom menu with your microphone.
Let's go.
And when you talk, it'll go up and down. Wait, shush. Right, click that bloody thing next to the mute, and you'll be able to adjust your volume. Don't talk over me again, boy. There's a limit. There's a limit.
I make it easy. I just use the headphones that came with my phone.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I don't get any of that fancy mic stuff.
Me too.
Is this better? I've turned it on my volume thing.
You sound amazing. now.
That is better. That is better. Just don't get on it and don't yell or cough at it. And we'll be a-okay.
Pete and God are having their own conversation over here on the side.
Oh, I know. I'm reading it. I'm watching it. Yeah, Chrissy, mic issues are a constant battle. It's standardization.
This is my last year microphone.
No, you're on it. You're on it again. Yeah, that's the.
That's the mobile.
Yep. I wish I
Quite
had
cool,
a
isn't
way.
it? Well, it has 3 options on it.
Yeah, I know.
Back.
Yeah, I've got one right there. That one I know, but the Blue Yeti I do not know. And oh my God, that thing picks up.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Believe it or not, I want to get a microphone like Brandon's, but I think this headset that Jacob sent me worked just fine.
Could you hear his laugh over that thing?
No. He's
I think
muted.
the easy option is just constantly pressing mute.
It is the easy option. And again, Brandon, you don't have to get on that mic, man. You are loud if you're away from it. In fact, I would push it away from you. I would literally push the mic away from you.
Well, you know, even though you're telling Brandon to push the mic away from me, I wouldn't mind pulling you towards me, Jim.
Thanks for making it uncomfortable, Angel.
It's better.
Oh boy.
The sound
I can see that. Angel and Nag, the uncomfortable show.
Well, I like making things uncomfortable, but not with repetitive sexual innuendo.
15 people watching right now.
Yeah, that never happens.
you know, maybe you and I could do a uncomfortable show together. Not a great gamer, because you're always interviewing people.
That's happened actually a couple times. Angel, you guys have been on the same panel a few times. There's already a collab in there somewhere. I'll have to.
We could just do a panel, Angel, of just us two sitting naked eating Cheetos. Bring all the
Whoa.
What the?
Hello, Alex Davies. How are you? Alex Davies says, "What is your opinion on global warming?" If you hang on, Brandon, I'm talking, bud. Says, "What is your opinion on global warming, if you have one at all, and are you willing to talk about it? Just looking for an open-minded opinion."
I'm rooting for it.
I am too. Come on, global warming. Friggin'
It's
well.
good tomorrow.
My take on global warming is, yeah, we're having an effect on it. It's not as catastrophic as people think it is.
Angel, are you chilling downstairs?
I'm gonna mute you, Brandon. Man, I'm trying to get a point across here, bud.
Somebody else.
Yeah. That don't do that. I lost my train of thought.
Global warming.
Happens to me.
And throwing money at it's not going to help anything. We are cleaner now in our air, water, and land than we've ever been since the Industrial Revolution, and it continues to get that way. The people you really got to worry about are those up and coming nations that have no standards. Think of China, India,
Eritrea.
Eritrea.
You don't even know where I went, do you?
No, I don't.
But they don't have standards either.
Yeah.
Yemen.
Okay, so Alex is on that page, and that's cool. And even if you've got a differing opinion, I got no problem with that. I try to stay out of politics. I don't see global warming as a political issue, although it's been made political.
Micronesia.
Micronesia.
I'm just saying really random countries. You actually got the accent right as well. You knew where that was. Well done.
Thanks. Normally, you hate my impersonation of your accent.
Well, it wasn't an English racist accent, was it? So it's fine.
Not once have I thrown out an English racist accent.
Oh, you always do.
No. It's all about intent, man.
we will fall out, and the police will come round your door when you adopt me, because they'll say you're being abusive.
So why is speaking like an English person racist, and speaking an English person speaking like an American not racist?
I'm just being Californian. I have entitled rhetoric.
Yeah, but you're not California, dude.
Everyone's Californian.
So
Everyone just can be Californian.
No, not everyone.
Did you just assume my nationality?
What are you talking about? Do you know half the people in California want to leave now? Yeah.
Like,
You need to divide up California.
I come from San Diego.
Oh, that's a good place to go.
And there we go.
I'm
Jim,
sorry, I'm reading the
with
chat.
my main channel, can you give me a moderator of that one?
Say that again, Brandon?
Could you give me a moderator on my main channel?
I thought you were.
You give me a moderator on my personal channel?
Be good with it.
Well, I'm reading what Alex is saying and what Christy's responding.
Tie in. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons I didn't want to broach the subject, because people are hardcore on both sides, and we're going to have to agree to disagree. My problem is that the data has been manipulated unfairly, or I should say incorrectly, and none of the models have actually come to fruition.
Well, and let's just say, let's not forget this too. We've only been measuring what, a couple hundred years?
Yeah.
So in the scheme of things, a couple hundred years ain't but less than a second of
right. That's exactly right.
You know,
Are you on about global warming now?
We are.
No.
Yeah.
So
The world is natural. It's proven that there has been cycles. However, we are contributing towards the speed up.
Sure.
It's proven atmosphere traps carbon dioxide. It's proven that we emit that. And it's also proven scientifically that one of the massive contributions towards global warming right now is cows farting. Because we breed so many cows. We breed so many cows for food to eat. And when they fart, this is no joke, they actually release a lot.
Oh, yeah.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
Yep.
it's a good thing Mother Nature knows how to scrub herself clean.
Mother Nature will you're right. She's gonna do selection one day, and either war will kill us or a famine will or something. Start all over
Mother
again.
Nature will always take care of herself, regardless of what we do.
What was the latest thing, that the ozone hole has shrunk like in half?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Do you watch Mother Nature?
That's because Gamer stopped using his Aquanet.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I stopped spraying aerosol cans into the air, so I didn't have to see snow anymore.
As long as they start with the eradication of the French.
Again, we're not calling for genocide.
Give us our colonies back.
Oh, I'm gonna have to shut this down at 11:30. I got a big day tomorrow.
Yeah. So Alex is 15, so he's a young kid,
Mhm.
still learning. And
Yep.
that's good. And maybe you will come up with a way to cut our emissions, but it's not so much that we it just has to be done in the right way where it actually makes a difference. You know?
And it honestly will. I mean, we're getting so close to renewable energy, and the breakthrough is right around the corner for both solar and wind, and even there been experiments on the tide producing energy for us.
I've seen
Yeah.
something. They've been doing that for a while now, though.
Mhm.
Is it Sweden? Don't they have turbines out in the ocean somewhere out there?
We
where
do.
they create electricity through the tides and through waves. I don't remember.
I can't remember where it's at, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
I thought Pete was going to chime in on that one. But Gamer, you say you guys have them?
We have. Oh, I thought you meant turbines as in wind turbines. We've got loads of them. The ZZ scheme, which I think is in the Netherlands, where there's reclaimed land, that has turbines. China has the biggest built dam in the world, which is so big it actually affects the Earth's rotation. That I know that has generators on it for tidal thing as well. But if you look on the news, it was literally merely 2 days ago or a day ago. Scientists have admitted that nuclear fission in homes is going to be viable pretty soon.
I wouldn't be surprised. But look, hemp, hemp is a real good producer of a lot of materials. Paper, cloth, oil for our vehicles.
Yep, ropes.
Yeah, rope.
And even eat.
Yeah. Seriously, I mean.
Yes, you can.
I know Sweden are pretty far ahead. I have lived here so long, so I can't tell you about now. But we have Kajsa.
Kites?
Kajsa.
What is that?
You know Kajsa, the little 16-year-old that traveling the world talking about this?
Oh, yeah. Greta?
Greta, sorry.
How dare you?
Greta.
Greta.
I'm not going to say my opinions on her.
Unfortunately,
my friend said he might join the live stream tomorrow. I've just put his name in chat.
Okay.
Let you know who it is.
Ray KZ? Yeah, he's been on for a little while. Downey's Detecting and Prospecting, how you doing? Good to see you again.
And Ray, if there's new there, Dan, let me know in chat by saying hi again. You still watching?
What were you saying, Jesse?
The thing about Greta coming, she's only coming to countries that are already advanced enough that they've lowered their emissions. The biggest complaint that I've been hearing about her, other than what her parents are doing to her, is she's not going to China, to India, to the countries that are creating the majority of the pollution in our oceans and our air. And we clean our air pretty good, better than we have in the past for sure.
Oh,
not that it can't be improved.
Hundreds of times
I'm
better.
going to put my advice.
To her defense, she just goes where she is invited.
Well, that's true. Not only that, but
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, she should be talking to an empty stadium elsewhere. And so, the Western countries are more than likely, they're going to be their target because they're the only ones that are going to put pressure on the second and third world.
And plus, they're the only ones that got the money.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
It's
on
a
that
shame,
pressure.
though, that a child so young who has autism as well is being not manipulated, but as Jess said, there must be something with the parents. And I'm not saying she has a right. She has a right for her passion, and she has a right to be concerned about the planet. But you can't sit amongst a group of world leaders and go, "How dare you?"
Brandon, please don't test when somebody else is talking about. Okay.
Mute your mic, Brandon.
Yeah. I missed what you said, Gamer. I'm sorry.
Oh, I just said I think it was quite inappropriate of her to go in front of world leaders and say, "How dare you?" the way she did. I think it encourages other people to do the same. And again, it's not her fault. She was pressured, and as Pixel said, I do see both sides of the story. But it's showing what the modern generation's becoming, and I ain't a fan with everything that my Prime Minister does, which is equivalent to your president. I wouldn't go up to him and go, "How dare you?" and throw a tantrum, because it's just not how it's done.
But that is a big cultural difference between Sweden and the rest of the world. That's not something that is strange in Sweden. We have something called du-reformen. Since I was a little kid, we have skipped all titles. We don't use titles. My student in Sweden call me by my first name. I mean, it's such a cultural difference. If you were from Sweden, you wouldn't even blink when you heard that.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there's no respect for, I don't want to say the elders, but there's doesn't seem to be respect for other people's
status
in their own. I mean, a teacher is a teacher. To me, a teacher deserves respect because they're trying to teach me something.
On the contrary, I was more respected as a teacher in Sweden because I was respected for my work, not for my title.
Well, here it's different. Yeah, here they got, unions that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is
how many letters you have after your name.
Yeah.
If somebody's earned a title such as doctor, which is a 7-year study, I think they deserve the title of doctor.
I do too.
Oh yeah.
Same with a teacher. I think they deserve the title as a teacher. If they go to the school to learn and teach kids, which is a noble occupation, should have that respect of being called teacher.
But
that's just the way I feel.
From now on, I shall call you Mrs. Pixel Pia.
To me, it's not showing me respect by calling me Mrs. Tomshow.
That's definitely a cultural difference.
That's definitely a cultural difference.
Yeah. And that's nothing wrong with that. I mean, while we're on this subject, I want to say hello to WTF Mike. How you doing, buddy? Kenneth, the Kentucky fam, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. And
let me just say,
sure.
Respect.
If anyone wants to join the show,
no, Brandon.
Right there.
No. I'm going to close it down here soon. Don't do that.
Okay. Well, yeah. Don't forget to turn it on to, turn off the number mode.
Are you trying to take Jim's job away from him? He
I know,
doesn't
right?
do much as it is. He just sits there and laughs and giggles at us.
Jim, don't forget to turn off
Oh,
the number.
that's not true. Okay, what were you saying, Pia?
I was going to say.
Thank you, Jim.
Sure.
I was going to say, respect is something you show in actions, not in words.
There's a lot of truth to that. Absolutely.
I can't disagree with that one bit. But I guess here we had the key caveat of respecting you by calling you by the title you earned.
It is a show of respect in this culture to address your elders with a proper title. I'll say. I mean, even if it's Mr. or Mrs., but also it can be a family thing as well. You don't as a young child, I don't want my nieces and nephews to call me Jim. I could be called Uncle Jim, but I don't think it's proper at that age. And then this is just my perspective to just refer to me as Jim. You know what I mean? Microcosm of what we're talking about. Go ahead.
If I called my dad by his first name, he'd knock me the fudge out. I wouldn't even. Over here titles are quite respectful. But I do have to say one thing in Pixel's defence. We hear quite a lot about Sweden in the UK, and what we always hear is that they're a very forward-thinking country, and they have a very good standard of living.
Yeah.
So they must be doing something right over there. And apparently they have outside schools where the kids learn outside, just constantly. They just get taught in the woods.
And don't even learn inside.
And we go to college for free.
Well, nothing's really free. You're all paying for it.
True. That'll be the EU. I don't want to make a dig into that.
But yeah, at no cost to the immediate cost to the student is what you're saying. Yeah.
They're not burdened with debt. Just the rest of the country.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to say they're doing all right.
You pay it back when you start pay your own taxes.
That's
you
true.
Pay it forward for the next generation.
Without question. All right, guys. Well, it's 11:30. I think I'm gonna call this one a night. Like I said, I got a big day tomorrow.
All right, Jim. This has been fun.
Yeah, interesting conversation. Appreciate you guys coming on, and we hit at least 3 or 4 big subjects, a lot more than I expected. But like anything else on some of these subjects, we can agree to disagree. But
for the people that wanted to join, sorry that you can't, but be lucky for next time.
I got this, Brandon. Thanks.
I know you say
Right.
the best.
Yeah. Well, like any of my panel shows, they know that it's nothing lasts forever, and that includes this show. Pia, did you want to say something? Pia, I see your finger up. Did you want to say something?
Wave your air horn.
It's for gamer. Next time, I want you to say hello to me in Swedish.
IKEA.
I said hello to me.
Apparently that was not hello, but nice try. Well, let's save that for the next show. Guys, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Isn't it just hi?
Is it hi?
Hi.
Howdy.
Hey.
You're close. Study until next time.
Study until next time. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for being here. We'll continue this discussion, I'm sure, at another time. All right.
Was it next week?
Perhaps.
Why was it going to be for next week's stream?
Next week's panel stream? I don't know yet. I don't plan that far ahead. I would rather not.
Sexually transmitted diseases.
What, tomorrow's?
Next week's topic.
Yeah, probably not.
For tomorrow's stream?
Probably not. All right, guys. Have a good evening. Okay.
God bless you all.
We'll see ya.
All right, guys. Thanks again. And you guys in the chat, no hard feelings. We've all got opinions, and a lot of times we have to agree to disagree. And if you guys want to come on and discuss those sort of issues, you are more than welcome to, because I'm always up for a good discussion, as you well know. But tonight, that's going to be it. You have to join us tomorrow night, where we are going to talk. It's going to be my Veterans Day special. As you know, I'm a veteran. There are several veterans that have joined this show in the past, and and I think that is one of those special holidays for me, and I'm sure for you as well. Most of you have friends and family that were in the military, if you weren't in yourself. So let's talk about that. Let's give them the thanks that they deserve, and that will be tomorrow night's show. But we're done for tonight, and as always, I'm going to leave you with this. Make sure that you treat others the way you would want to be treated. If we all did that, this world would be a better place. Have a good evening, folks, and we'll see you live.